Good morning, license keepers. This is your favorite nurse turned attorney, Hannah Williams. I represent all healthcare professionals when they're reported to their licensing boards. I am coming here today with a important, what I would deem a public service announcement coming from my heart to tell you all that the climate that I have been noticing in the world of professional license defense is one in which licensing boards are way more harsh than they used to be. I've been doing licensing defense for almost 10 years. I've been a lawyer for 15, but this is what I've been concentrating on for the past almost 10 years. And I have never seen it in this way, where way more harsh discipline is being released. More hearings before judges are happening because of the type of discipline that is being proposed to settle a licensing complaint. And if there was ever a time in which you needed to make sure that you go into 2025 protected and in a space where you are ready to defend yourself against a false allegation, a misunderstanding, a mistake that you made, now is that time. It breaks my heart when a nurse, a social worker, a physician, any healthcare professional cannot defend themselves due to finances. So you need to get a license protection policy. It is all over my grid. Whatever question that you're going to ask me, feel free to ask me in the comments. But I have numerous videos on my grid about the importance of license protection insurance, because I would dare to venture to say when it comes to nurses, anybody who's a non-physician or somebody with a non-doctorate degree, any healthcare professional, it is typically harder for you all to take your side of the story and defend yourself all throughout the judicial process because you lack the insurance to do so, and financially it may be a hardship for you to do so when it comes to attorney's fees. So why put yourself in that type of position when you can buy a license protection insurance policy which can provide you with at least some of the ones that I know up to $25,000 in coverage, so you don't have to worry about that. Your legal expenses will be paid. Because the way that the climate is right now, at least the way that I am seeing it across the country, including Georgia, it's one of not if I'm reported to my licensing board, it's when. It's a matter of when. If the longer you practice, the greater risk that you may be reported for something. And it may be something that's a complete untruth. It may be a mistake that you made. It may be a misunderstanding. It could be anything, and anybody can report you. So I want you all to go into 2025 protected with a license protection policy. So if that happens, you know, you can be prepared to not have to worry so much about legal fees. Those policies can be as cheap as a couple of $100 a year, and they provide up to $25,000. Some of them provide up to $25,000 in coverage for certain events. It is too late. You cannot, most policies are not going to cover you after something happens on the job and then you rush and buy a policy. Most of them have provisions where they don't cover that. They don't do a look back. The policy has to be in place at the time that the incident happened. So the time is now. Go into 2025 protected. So that's one less thing that you have to worry about with your incredibly, incredibly challenging job that you have. I respect what you all do. As you know, I'm a former nurse, was a nurse for, practiced as an ICU nurse for 10 years before I graduated from law school, but I've been practicing law for the past 15 years exclusively. My mother's a nurse, my sister's a physician. I have a little sister who's a nurse. My grandmother used to be a nurse. So healthcare is in my family. I'm very passionate about what I do. And I just want you all to go into 2025. I will never stop talking about license protection insurance, so you may see numerous videos on it, but I feel like I reach somebody different with each video, so I'm just gonna keep posting about it, and hopefully we're gonna be entering into a world soon where every healthcare professional, but particularly speaking to those who are not physicians, because those are the ones that I see struggle a little bit more financially with legal fees, but I am hoping that we enter into a world where, you know, soon most healthcare professionals have that insurance and they can defend themselves against, most of the time, these false allegations. I love representing you all. Stay safe out there.